Over the last 2 weeks, there's been a surge in shootings in the city of Portland.
Now, some politicians on the campaign trail are using the opportunity to highlight the need for more resources for officers. News Center Maine's Sean Stackhouse has the latest.
You know, the violent crime in Maine is rising, and I believe it's going to get worse.
Republican congressional candidate Ed Thelander in Portland Thursday. Police say Maine's largest city has already had 43 shooting incidents this year, already doubling last year's numbers. Thelander is calling for additional resources and support for police officers.
Our law enforcement is not properly and completely equipped. They are not properly and completely trained. They don't have the time to do the training because they don't have the manpower for the training.
You got to clean up the drugs, you got to clean up the alcohol, you got to clean up the crime.
Flanked by supporters, Thelander is calling for the passage of the Back the Blue Act, which was introduced in the U.S. Senate last year. It looks to increase penalties for criminals who intentionally target law enforcement officers and provides new tools for officers to protect themselves. Thelander is also condemning the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
That blame is caused by the progressive policies of Representative Pingree and her progressive colleagues down in Washington.
Pingree's response to that? She tells News Center Maine in part, "Last year, I voted for the American Rescue Plan, which delivered over $350 billion to cities and towns to put more police officers on the beat nationwide with resources, training, and accountability they need to engage in effective community policing." Sadly, every single Republican in Congress voted to defund the police with their votes against this critical funding. Pingree also voted in favor of the George Floyd Act in 2021, which looks to ban certain chokeholds by officers and qualified immunity for officers and ban no-knock warrants, things Thelander opposes.
They're taking their life into hands when they're doing knock or no-knock warrants. I would much rather call somebody out. But to take away their ability to do it when it's needed to be done, that's a whole other issue.
As for Portland PD, it says it will continue eliminating outside overtime where officers work traffic or construction zone details and shift those officers to patrolling the streets in response to this uptick in shootings. In Portland, Sean Stackhouse, News Center, Maine.
The November midterm elections are less than 2 months away. According to Federal Elections Commission data, Republican Ed Thelander has raised more than $293,000, while Democrat incumbent Representative Shelley Pingree has raised more than $401,000.